Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the hashtag TFR
Motivation Monday
Zoom. We are Dr. Dondi and Marcy Nettles,
Hi,
and we are coming to you from just outside Phoenix, Arizona, in a city called Surprise. That's really the name.
It is.
It is. Look it up. But anyway, hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are on this at this very same time every single week on Zoom like clockwork because we want to make sure that you are in the know and you are keeping abreast of what's happening here at Team Freedom Reigns on this Monday Motivation Zoom.
Yeah.
Right?
And so, by the way, guys, I just have to apologize because we are just so giddy. It's like, not only are we excited about our special guest tonight, but this quarantine thing has got something going on with us. We are just happy. So we're excited that you guys are hopping on here with us live.
Well, but we should introduce all of our imaginary friends over there.
I know. We have so many.
We have a whole audience over
here.
here.
We have a whole bunch of people.
It's just how we occupy our time.
Hey, but guys, just know that we, most of the time, will go back and rewatch these ourselves. And so just know that's also available to you, or if you happen to not be able to hop on live at one point or another, we have got them storaged for you, archived on YouTube at the Team Freedom Reigns YouTube channel. Please go and subscribe after the call tonight so that you don't miss out on any of the notifications.
Most of these are all instant classics, and tonight is going to be the same. So let's talk about now this really strong push that LifeVantage is making towards compliance, because if you've been paying attention to what's happening in the network marketing space, you've seen that the Federal Trade Commission and the FDA are getting pretty hungry and going after compliance and going after people that are breaching compliance, individual people based on their Facebook and Instagram posts and companies, obviously. So to protect us all from that, LifeVantage is making a major push to get everybody understanding, one, the importance of compliance, and two, what we can say. So go into your back office and stop clicking and getting out of this. Eventually, you're going to have to do it, but go watch this 9-minute video, part 1 of telling your story. Just go watch this. It'll open your eyes on many things and make sure you help do your part to keep you and our company compliant.
Yeah, so all you need to do is when you open up your back office, you're going to see this pop-up that's here on the right side of the page where it says Level 1 Telling Your Story. Click on that. It will open up to the compliance section in the library, and it is the top little post there. So this is the video that you want to make sure that you watch so that you know what you can and what you can't say about our products and opportunity. Global convention. Man. I cannot wait for this because this is when my urge to hug is going to be fulfilled, because I will be hugging every single one of you. Just be warned. Global convention is in Las Vegas in October this year. Make sure that you go and pre-register as soon as possible because it helps the company. It helps them know what to plan for and how they can provide the best experience for every single one of us. And this is also where you will learn to truly become a professional and build your belief in what is possible.
And based on how things are going now, it's going to be unbelievable there in October.
Amazeballs.
Off the charts.
Amazeballs. Oh, and another great reason to build your business to Pro 3 really fast is, how about payday every day? We're getting notifications of the money that we're making on a daily basis now. And it's super exciting, super motivating. So let's help you get to Pro 3 as quickly as possible.
And it's okay if you turn on notifications because most phones are on silent or vibrate. Go ahead and turn it on. So when you get that notification, it dings. It does something amazing. It gives like a major dopamine drip in your brain. Unbelievable. So speaking of unbelievable, let's talk about the monthly marketing playbook. Another example of corporate just pulling out all the stops to keep us equipped during this time of the world has really shifted from being personal to online. And this is a great way. Nobody in the industry is doing something like this, where we have a product of the month. We've got shareables, we've got podcasts, we've got blogs, we've got unbelievable content for you to be able to create an attraction marketing basis for your products and your opportunity in your monthly marketing playbook. Check it out. And it's also where all of the recordings from the Success Mastery training and the LifeVantage opportunity overviews that happen every Tuesday night. So go in there and check it all out.
Plus, if you take stuff from this, you know it's compliant. You don't have to overthink it. Makes it simple for you. Speaking of current promotions that we have going on, have you heard? They extended the Mother's Day bundles through the end of the month. So if you thought you had missed out, or someone that you care about thought they had missed out, they didn't. Until supplies are gone, the promos are still available. So go and check out the True Science amazing skincare regimen promos that are available through the end of May. And then LifeVantage's America's richest cash payout ever promo in Flip
Crazy.
the Business Switch.
3 ways you can earn money. We're talking big money. One is reach a rank. Get to a rank that you haven't been, starting at Pro 3 and above. Or what's another way?
You can actually return to a rank.
Return to the rank.
If you've been paid at, you have a highest paid rank, and you haven't been paid that since the end of last year, then you're going to be able to get bonuses that way too. And the third way
is mentor people. So help them get to those ranks, and you're going to get paid for the mentoring role. So this is something where, again, the company is looking at every possible way to help you be successful and financially incentivize you to do so. So it's unbelievable what they're doing.
And by the way, guys, as we're going through these slides, I'd love for you, whether you're on Zoom or whether you're on the Facebook page, please put in the comment section what you are going for. Are you reaching?
Give your goal.
Are you returning? Or are you mentoring others in this promo? So the first way that you can is the reach bonus. So this is just rank advancing. So rank advance to Pro 3, 4, 5, or 6 during the month of May or June, then you're going to be making big time bonuses and get maintenance months after that. So look at the cash right here that can be made by you, or that you can help someone else make and bring into their home, all by reaching a new rank.
Absolutely. And start doing this. Start practicing this maneuver, because you're going to need it with this. So returning to ranks. If you haven't been to Pro 3, Pro 4, Pro 5, or Pro 6, like Marcia said, since last year, you can get back to it and start doing this too, making some money, incentivizing you to get there. So first of all, why did the company put this? I'm not sure if we said this already, because in March, our company became debt-free. So because we haven't had regional trainings, we haven't had the road to regionals like we were going to have, the company needs to make investments, and they're going to invest in us in the form of cash incentives. So get back to those bonuses of 3, 4, 5, or 6 and make some money.
All right. I'm already seeing some reach and some returns. That's so awesome. Go, go, go. And then number 3, I love this one because that's what pertains to us. And we want to help all of you in the mentor bonus. So this is for anyone that is a Pro 3 and above. If you help someone that you personally enrolled rank up, and you create a minimum of 500 in new sales volume within the month, you can receive a one-time cash bonus paid to you for each person that you help rank up. That's a total of 5,000 cap for this bonus. But oh my gosh, hey, $5,000 in your pocket. I think that there's not too many of us that would say no to that. No. Right? So absolutely, this bonus. The mentor is the number 3 way that you can make money.
And ITT, that's not a crafty way of spelling it. That is the new approach, I guess the common sense approach of inviting, using a tool, and then connecting them to the team. So sending an invite to people to get them curious, helping them understand what it is, sending a tool to them to get more information, then introducing them to your team for a 3-way call or a follow-up or whatever it is. It is amazing. And capitalizing on this using the LifeVantage opportunity overview that happens every Tuesday when they've got a corporate, unbelievable person like this gal right here, former pro surfer, Daisy Shane Goodwin from the state of Hawaii. She's not Mark Shinsado's not the only one who says aloha. She says it actually nicer too. So, but just listen to her. She's an unbelievable leader. And with an unbelievable story, Elite Pro 8 Daisy Shane Goodwin is going to crush it tomorrow. So get as many people on there as possible. Her story is super powerful.
Yeah. And then on top of that, here, Team Freedom Reigns, we offer basically everybody in LifeVantage to participate 3 different times a week on LVOs, or live opportunity overviews for LifeVantage overviews. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, you can see the times there. The Zoom is always the same. As long as you use the link, you need no password. So this is the link right here. We do put it out on several Facebook pages. Please utilize this tool because that's why we're doing it.
Yep.
We're doing it for you.
All for you. Success Mastery. Make this an absolute part of your week.
This is what you were shouting out.
Unbelievable training from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Pacific time every Saturday. Just unbelievable leaders from the corporate side talking, or from a doctor talking about one of the products, and then getting into the distributors and how they became successful, their success tips. And then we always have a Pro 9 or Pro 10 to close it out with the monthly challenge, the mindset thing. So Unbelievable. I keep saying unbelievable because that's really the only way to describe it, but you got to get on these. They're super, super amazing.
And you know, a really powerful way to use these is not just to have you show up, but show up with guests, because this is a great invitation tool. Invite them if they have not quite decided whether or not they're ready to join the team, because this will show them not just the amazing training, but the caliber of people that we get to work with here with LifeVantage. It's an amazing opportunity.
Absolutely.
And now, woohoo!
Drum roll.
So this man right here is actually the father of my two sons. Kidding. But his boys, I adore his boys, and he'll be talking about them more here in just a second. Well, he'll tell a little bit of the story, but sorry,
I was
Michael.
there. I remember.
Sorry, Michael. But we are so excited to have Elite Pro 8, Michael Epstein, in here today to be able to share his heart. He's got such an amazing story, and we've gotten to know him so well at all of the different corporate events, the amazing incentive trips and leadership trips that we've been on together with him. But we know his story, and it's so powerful. And what he learned in the bumps, the bruises, and the learning before LifeVantage, and what he's developed into now is just such a phenomenal friend, father, husband, and leader in this opportunity that we just couldn't not have him come on and be a special guest. Anything that you'd like to add to that before we?
Yeah, absolutely. Michael is just a legend in the making in this industry. He has an incredible story. You're going to hear all about it, but he's one of the most genuine, down-to-earth people we've ever met. And just literally wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a family man. He's just watching him be a father, and watching him just, it inspires me as a father, and he inspires me as a leader as well. You are going to get overwhelmed. So you're going to get fed from the fire hose right now. Yeah. So get prepared, get ready to take notes, and just welcome Elite Pro 8, Michael Epstein. Michael, thank you so much for being here tonight, buddy. Take it over.
Gosh. Well, your word, unbelievable. And thank you so much, Matt. You almost had me crying there. And speaking of unbelievable, how about Team Freedom Reigns? How about Marcy and Donde? That's unbelievable. And how they give to you guys on a consistent basis. They always are there. They always step up to the plate, and they go above and beyond the call of duty to help people inside and outside their team. And so I just want to give such gratitude towards both of you for doing all that you guys do for so many. And I mean, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So I thank you guys very much. Also, Marcy, my son was like 6 weeks old, and I took my son, my wife was working, or she just was going back to work after having a C-section, believe it or not. And I went to one of the LifeVantage academies, and Donde and Marcy were both there, and Donde was speaking. And I never let anybody touch my baby. You could look at a distance, and I'd open up the thing, and here I am, new daddy at 60 years old, first time daddy. And Marcy said, "Can I hold him?" And I looked at her in the eyes, and I said, "Yes, you can hold him." And she held him while I got up and spoke for like 10 minutes or so. And she just melted into Mateo. And today, Mateo's right back there, and he is now 2 years, 9 months old. And at 62 years old, my wife and I, we decided to have another child, and we had Micah. He's now 7 months old. And I'll tell you what, guys, I truly thought I knew what life was all about. I had a Corvette, doing okay, being a Pro 8 in this company. I'll tell you my story in a minute, but I thought I really knew what life was about. And after having my son, Mateo, people would come up and say, "Well, I guess you got to sell your Corvette and get a minivan." And I would basically tell people to pound sand. I said, "I'm not selling my Corvette," because we had an SUV. We had a Honda CRV, and that was fine. And my wife would say that, and I'd say, "Honey, don't go there, please. This is my toy. This is my special toy that I get to drive." And trust me, I loved it. And I saw my wife get out of the shower when she was about 3 months pregnant with Micah. And then all of a sudden I looked at her tummy and I went, I guess I'm selling my Corvette. And in 3 weeks, the Corvette was gone. And in 4 weeks, there was a brand new Honda minivan sitting in the driveway. Do I regret it? 1,000,000% no. Because I got rid of my ego car to own my family car. And that car changes my world. Because I really did think that I knew what it was like being a daddy, because my pug is behind me. I raised children, my dogs as my children. I raised my nephew when he was little. So, and I would tell people, I'd say, I know what it's all about being a parent. I know I haven't had kids, but I know what it's like being a parent. And they'd look at me like, yeah, sure you do. And after having that child and holding him into my arms, and I looked at Mateo, I realized I have a lot of apologies to make to so many people because I was so wrong of what I thought I knew. And all I could say is, thank God LifeVantage, because if it wasn't for this company, I probably would not be a daddy today. And why I say that? Because I've been a massage therapist for the past 40 plus, almost 46 years. I've been in the martial arts for 56 years, and all I've ever done in my life is traded time for money. When my mom and dad were married, when I was like 12 years old, they joined Amway. Not once, but not twice, but 3 times. But unfortunately, they didn't understand the industry. And this was back in 1970, 1969. And I remember going to these people's houses being a little kid, having to wait in this long line to have people one at a time getting products out of their garage that looked like a factory. And everybody, all this handwritten invoices that they had to do. And I had to wait for the longest time going, gosh, are we ever going to get out of here? That's the way they did network marketing back in those days. People really didn't understand the industry because it was really fairly new. And people only knew that you get a bunch of product and you go out and sell it to your friends and family. Well, my parents struggled and they went downhill in a lot of ways financially. But what my mom and dad gave me and my sister was unconditional love. They were always home. They were never drinkers. They never went out doing anything. And my dad would bring me home when I was very little, a toy every Friday, even though my dad struggled his whole life financially. I knew that I needed to learn the lessons from my mom and dad, whether it's positive or negative in of what I witnessed in my life of theirs. The positive I embraced. The negatives I recognized and chose not to do that. Both my parents are deceased, and they're deceased because of health issues. And if they would have taken better care of themselves, I think they truly would be here today. So I'm coming up on 20 years of being married to my beautiful bride, Paloma, and she is my best friend. She has put up with me all these years when I was struggling as a failing financial massage therapist. And I'll tell you, I love doing massage, and I love teaching martial arts, but you can't create, for me, I couldn't create a lifestyle out of doing that. What I could create was making enough money almost to survive. And when someone wants to get a massage in hard times financially, they say, you know what, Michael, I love you. I love getting massages from you, but I'll tell you, I have my car payment. I have my rent payment. I have my school's education. My children's school education that I have to pay for, and I can't afford the massages now. So my business started doing this and this and this. And as an older male, it's that much more difficult to create a massage clientele, no matter how good my hands are. Now, some of you may know this, some of you may not, but one of my clients that I used to work on a regular basis was Ronald and Nancy Reagan. But they didn't pay me very much money, even though I worked on them. I was charging, believe it or not, $65, and they complained about a $15 traveling fee to go all the way to Beverly Hills. But I love it. I have the passion in my heart to do that. So, and I love my Kung Fu. I've been doing that. I'm a 4th degree black belt master of Chinese Kung Fu. It's called Southern Five Animals. And I started that back in 1968. And I never knew what I wanted to do in life. I just knew that I didn't want to struggle, but I didn't have an answer. And later in life, I got involved with network marketing. I'm also a musician. If you see the guitar behind me, that's one that I just, there you go, recently bought. But I had 17 guitars. I had to sell most of my guitars. Why? Because I had rent to pay. I had food to put in my own house because I was struggling. And let me tell you, being in my 50s and being fairly newly married and my wife wanting to have a child, it hurt my soul. It hurt my heart because I wasn't providing what I wanted for my wife. How many of you people do you know out there, or you, that financially are struggling? Do you know there's 30+ million people just in the past 2 months that are now unemployed? People are on their knees begging for a different way, and we just happen to have that. I've done Ironman 70.3s. I've done many triathlons, marathons, one ultra marathon, which is a 50-mile run. And I had to prepare for those. You just can't go and do that. So in this industry of network marketing, you have to prepare yourself mentally. Physically too, you need to exercise to get your body and your blood going. Emotionally, to be able to put up with people telling you why you shouldn't be doing this. I'll elaborate a little bit more on that. But, you know, what was hard was having to get rid of the things that I really wanted. But today, because of the choices that I've made, this is my 16th network marketing company. And in November, it will be 10 years I'm in this company. Now, being married almost 20 years and then finally making decision to get into yet another company. And here's what my wife told me. I know Marcy and Donde know this. She said, Michael, if you do another one of those network marketing things, I'm done with you. I'm divorcing you. I can't stand that you waste your time with this. And I would tell her, this is an industry that really works. And she says, yeah, that's what you said with all the other companies. But when I showed her this ABC investigative report, her eyes opened up. Now, let me tell you guys, it has been a struggle, but she has always stayed behind me. Why? Because she knew what the product was. She knew how it worked in her body. Now, she's a marathon athlete. She's done 3 full Ironmans. She's done like 15 ultra marathons, and the list goes on. But the product has made a difference for her. So after a period of time of the struggle, the thing is, I knew what I had in my hand when I saw that ABC investigative report. I put my horse blinders on. I didn't listen to the naysayers that told me what I couldn't do. I saw the vision of where this company, LifeVantage, was going to go. Why? The culture of the people, the sustainable products that we have that are activation. And back in those days, guys, we only had 1 bottle of Protandim and we had 1 True Science skin cream and 2 ugly bottles. And that's how we built almost to a $200 million company. Then our company kind of fell apart. It restructured itself when it came to the corporate teams, but it's restructured itself. You know, all companies go up and down and up and down, but this company stayed together. Why? Because of the culture of the people. You can't pry these activation supplements out of people's hands once they get it in them, because they know the differences that it makes. And for myself, in a few months, I'll be 63, and I'll be 63 before my son turns 3. I'm on no medications. Unfortunately, I really don't have any family members in this company with me. Why? Can't answer that. You can lead a horse to water, but a pencil must be led. They work a few jobs, several jobs. They're on a bunch of medications. They're not taking care of themselves, and you can't make people do things that they're not willing to do. But again, I go back to seeing what my mom and dad did that I didn't want in my life, and I made that shift and I stuck with it. That's why I have what most people will never have, because I was willing to do what most people are not willing to do. So my question to you, what are you willing to do to put part-time loves in your life on a temporary hold, to share this incredible information, to plug into a system of duplication, to plug into the leadership of what Donde and Marcy and several others of our elite distributors have for you, including our corporate team? If you're willing to do that, and you're willing to not listen to the naysayers that will poo-poo what you do, I can't tell you how many people have told me, Michael, you're wasting your time. I had one person come up, this is really terrible, kind of whip out a checkbook and go, Michael, how much money do you need? And it's that bad for you? It's that bad for you to join one of those pyramid things? I want to write you a check to help you. I'll tell you what, I get goosebumps on it because I was insulted, because he wouldn't listen to what I had, but he just thought he knew what I knew. And I said, no, thank you for your money. And today he looks at me and guess what this person says? He goes, Michael, you're just lucky. See, I had a why and I had a burning desire to achieve it. Now you hear a lot of people talk about, well, you got to have your why. Well, what does that mean? What that means, in my opinion, is you need to know what your vision is 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, and 30 years. See, being 63 almost, I see 30 years from now. I see being 93, hanging out with my 30-year-old kids and enjoying life. When you think of your why, create a dream board. What that means is go on the internet, find photos that align with you of what you dream. See, where's the richest place in the world? Some of you may be thinking Dubai, New York. Well, I'll tell you, my mom and dad live in the richest place in the world, and that is the graveyard, because that's where most people die with their dreams. It's sad. So you've got to dig deep within yourself and reactivate your dreams, because they can become real. And when you know what your dream is, and you could not only visualize it and put it on a board, so take papers, pictures of vehicles, put pictures of words and look at it. I've got one that sits right over here in front of me. And not only visualize it, taste it, smell it. Ah, that new house smells amazing. That garden, that backyard smells wonderful. That leather in that new car. Oh my God. I could visualize feeling it and touching it. Because what the mind can conceive, you can achieve. And I want you to think of a pyramid. I want you to think of a pyramid coming from your head to your heart to your emotions. A line coming out from your brain, your thoughts. A line coming out from your heart, and a line coming out from your emotions. And when you can create those 3 lines, they all come to a point, and that point is like a laser. And when you connect the 3 together at the same time and do visualization and meditate on what you want and see it, you will talk to people and create what we have with our company as an asset for you. You will not stop thinking about it. See, here's the thing. You may be in LifeVantage, but until LifeVantage is in you, where you will create that conversation with someone, that's the difference. See, Think of it like a chess game. Now, I'm not a chess player, but a chess player thinks 2 to 3 to 4 moves ahead. So when you're speaking to somebody, think about conversations, questions that you're going to ask somebody that's going to lead them to ask you questions. It's going to lead them to dropping their guard. It's going to lead them to opening their ears. See, a parachute and a mind work the same. They only work when they're open. So if you start throwing up on someone about products and telling them all about the ingredients and trying to tell them about compensation plans, they're closing their eyes and they're closing their ears, and they are not listening to you. So make sure that you create your plan and work your plan. This is network marketing. It is not net play marketing. It's not net wish marketing. You've got to put the time and effort in, because where I was living back in the day of fear, of not knowing how I was going to get money, and having to humble myself to borrow money from people to pay rent, of being a man in his 50s, it's humiliating and extremely humbling. But again, I knew what I had in my hand. And today I live comfortable. I can afford to be a stay-at-home daddy with my children. And when my wife had to close down our hair salon, we have a hair salon called Duran Hair Studio. It's been closed almost 2 months now. Can you tell I get my hair cut regularly? But I looked at my wife and I said a couple things. I said this. Number one, I said, honey, because she was really worried. I said, I've got this. And let me tell you something, guys. For me to be able to say, I have got this, to her that told me she would divorce me if I did one of these things again. And I asked her a question. I said, honey, where do you think our life would be if I would have given up on network marketing, if I would have given up on LifeVantage? She goes, I don't know. I said, do you see what I've created because I stayed steadfast and didn't give up? And she said, yes. Do you know how powerful that is? Here's the thing, guys. You all have the same opportunity. Marcy and Donde and I, we're no different than anybody else. We just got in a little earlier, but let me tell you, today we have the tools that when we got in, we didn't have. All you have to do is plug in, have that dream, having a burning desire to achieve that dream, willing to not listen to the naysayers of telling you what they don't know. See, they don't know what you know. We're creating choices in people's lives. And the way to get choices in people's lives, the way to get a choice in your life is by helping others get the choices in their life. You know, this is a different world. People are fearful right now. They don't know what to do, and we just happen to have an answer for them. Become a professional in this industry. Look at other compensation plans. And I tell you that with all confidence, because I'll tell you, you ain't going to find anything out there in other companies what we have. That way you have that, your armory, because you're ready, and you could explain to them, say, listen, I understand how you feel, but look at how our compensation plan is. And here's a great thing. You do not have to be an expert in our compensation plan. You do not have to be the Donde Nettles that understands the science like most people I don't know that understands this. But see, we have the resource to send somebody to push play if they want to see all the things that Dr. McCord talked about, or how the compensation plan is. Push play. And if they don't get it the first time, they could keep watching it until they get it. All they have to do is be an expert of their dreams, have a burning desire to achieve that, plug into our system. Think of a wheel, think of a Ferris wheel. You get on and you stay on it, no matter where anybody gets on it. If a person gets in and they think that they have to know everything you do, they're going to go, not for me. But if they could plug into the system and they could see that you're as excited about it as they are, or their potential, but you don't know a lot, except you know that you have a system and they could plug into that same system. And then they lean forward and going, wow, maybe I can do this. That's the key. That's so important. Know your craft. Design your lifestyle. How many other jobs out there can design their lifestyles? You see, about 5 months ago, there were a lot of people that were quitting their job saying, I'm going to do Uber because I'm going to be a self-employed person. And where are they now? Who wants to get in their car? How about the people that spend hundreds or thousands of dollars of reorganizing their extra room to have an Airbnb? Who wants to stay in their houses? See, what we have offers something to people. It offers better health. 80+% of my entire organization, and believe it or not, I have almost 60,000 people in my organization. It's crazy. Most of them are customers. The ones that are distributors see it, but not everybody's going to do this. You align with the people that say yes to this. If you took a big hand of mud and threw it on a wall, you know that most of that mud will fall to the ground. But guess what, guys? Some of that mud's going to stick there. And that's what you work with. You work with the people that stick with it. They have something that Aaron Brockovich said. They have stick-to-itiveness. And when someone has stick-to-itiveness, they won't give up. They will go back and look at their dream board. They will go back and breathe and think about connecting their brain with their heart, with their emotions. And they will align that. And they'll go blah, 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 blah when people tell them what they can't do, because they know what they have in their hands. Out of the 16 companies, I say I have failed my way to the successes of where I'm going. I'm not there yet. Not there yet, but I'll get there. About 5 minutes ago, I heard my little boy knocking on my door over there because he wanted to be with Papa. But the reason why I'm in here is because I care about each and every one of you. And the more that I can help all of you, it gets me a little bit closer to my dreams and my freedom. What, guys, are you willing to do to create those type of sacrifices, short-term sacrifices, to give you long-term freedom? And I'll tell you this, it tastes delicious to know that every single day I get to wake up and not know what day it is, but I do know it's a day that I get to spend with my boys now. And Micah is already crawling. And there's nothing like it. To get up in the morning and have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee with my wife and not go, okay, honey, I got to get going. I got to go to work. I have the choices. Each one of you on here can have those choices. If you are willing to do what it takes, it's 90% mindset. It's 10% materials and products and stuff, but it's your mindset that you have to shift. I loved my mom and dad so much, but they truly gave up on their dreams. I've watched them. Everything they did in their life, they would go 70%, 80%, but they wouldn't go the 100%. It was Brandon Cunningham, I think, that said, you know what? Hey, honey, I'm 99% committed to our marriage. How does 99%? If Donde said that to you, Marcy, how would that make you feel? You know, you have to be 100% committed. That's what it takes. Be 100% committed. Be 100% committed to other people's dreams, and you will have your dreams. So I hope that I made an impact. I hope I touched your heart, because each and every one of you deserve a new way of living with the freedom and choices in your life. Do what most people are not willing to do. And I promise you, you will have what most people will never have. I love you all. Donde and Marcy, thank you so much for letting me share my heart and soul with you guys, with your LifeVantage family. And God bless to all of you. Now get out there and take advantage of our promotions that we have, guys. Run with it. And I'll see you in October in Las Vegas at our national convention. God bless.
Woohoo! Thank you so much,
You're
Michael,
amazing.
and a big thank you to Paloma, Micah, and Mateo for letting us borrow Daddy for a little while. Please give them our love, and we can't wait to see you guys. But thank you for that unbelievable performance. It's just you. That was 100% you. That's the Michael that we've always known and loved. And thank you for just being raw and real and extremely transparent. That's why you are where you are and why you have what you have, my friend. You've always just been you, and that's what we love about you the most. Thank you so much for showing up tonight.
Yes. And a couple of the things that I heard from your heart that I've known, but it just really connected with me tonight is the power of the leveraged network that you've created, allowed you to go from being a man that was married to the woman of his dreams that wanted children, that had to wait 17 years plus before those children came into fruition, but they only came because of this amazing, powerful net you built.
Wow, thank you. You're right. It is all about leveraging it. And that's the key. That's the key. See, again, it goes back to people's dreams. They go, probably can't do that. Guess what? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But thank you.
Yes, you're amazing. Thank you so much, my friends.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Yeah, we love you. And guys, we love every single one of you. And exactly what Michael was just saying is that every single one of you are no different than any of us. If you want it, just go get it. And we're here to help you. So guys, thanks so much for being on the call tonight. And again, Michael, thank you very, very much.
Absolutely. If any of you guys are Facebook friends with Michael, please give him a big shout out and thank him for his time tonight. It was unbelievable. You blessed us significantly, Michael. Thank you so much, my friend.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. God bless.